If you only knew how I barely got here even close to being on time, even though I'm a little bit late. Yeah, I got off work at 30 minutes ago. And and I had to stop and grab something to eat because I didn't have time to make myself something to eat. So I flew through a McDonald's drive-thru, got home, set up, got the dogs out and fed and all that stuff. And here I am, the one that you love, asking for another day. Yes. And so, I have a theme today, but who knows if I'm going to get to it because I haven't even arranged my bookmarks. But we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. And yes, the end of that sentence that is the name of my stream today is... China is asshole. Oh, goodness gracious. That's not going to work. Hang on. What the hell? Why is that not working? My phone is telling me. Let's try that again. China is asshole. Oh, now you can hear it. Anyway, good morning. I'm going to play the intro, and hopefully I'll be a little more organized by the time I get back. Play the intro. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way, but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, PDawgKnight. All right, stop that music. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host, Marty, also known as PDawgKnight on the internet, and welcome back to the PDawgKnight channel. It is Wednesday, hump day. I love seeing that. The 9th of December, 2020, where everything is beautiful in its own way. Hello, how is everybody doing today? It's halfway through the week, and boy, I feel like I've already had a week, but it's just is what it is. Let's say good morning, everybody, and then we'll get right into it, because I'm going to try to get through a lot, even though I'm not sure I'm that organized. First in the chat today is our friend from down under, Richo, who gets the bell. Also, good morning, Gun Fox 61, Uncle Bobbity, 3D minutes. I am insomnia. Okay, you need to get some sleep, Uncle Bobbity, but I got you. Good morning, Stab Joe Scarborough. China is asshole. Yes. China is asshole. And good morning, Renee Mayette. Special K on acid. Stephanie Vital Brown. It's nice to see you coming in as a regular. I like to see that. Nice to have some new people around. Good morning, Mike Savage. Blarg. Also, anyone here in the news? They voted and the decision was in favor of not recognizing Biden as the president-elect for inauguration prep. Oh. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Okay. Oh, so good morning, Jesse Leon. Good morning, Select a Boy. Yeah, boy. Also, good morning. I said Uncle Bobbity. Hello, it says, hello, Dog Pound. You got to grab some breakfast. Okay, then get some breakfast. I get to do that. Good morning, Black Hebrew Israelite. That's right. Also, good morning, Purple Pill Perspective. As I scroll down, Advocatus Diablis here, TTC Balls here, good morning. Katie did skate, Attack Alpaca Keenan, Jonathan Peterson, James PFP, and Lord Stanhope. Oh, Anna Lynn just dropped in. Oh, nice to see you. And all right, we're getting there. We're getting there. Cindy Bishop, hello, how are you? Another one of my newer regulars. I like to see these new names coming back and enjoying the show. I realized that, so usually when I leave my show, I go off to my other gig. Good morning, Rod Line. How you doing? And while I'm driving around, I listen to other people's stuff. And then sometimes I listen to my own show just to for quality control. Sometimes I listen to my own show, but a lot of times I listen to stuff that's on near the same time. And I realized that Steven Crowder streams the same time I do, because I usually listen to Crowder every morning. And yesterday during our show, we talked about, Kay Shull, how you doing? We talked about this little Santa issue. Remember the Santa issue yesterday? Well, fantastic. Excuse me, fantastic. No, that sucked. That Santa was an asshole. Almost like
China is asshole.
remember the Santa that told the little boy who wanted a Nerf gun. He said, "Oh, nope, no guns, because I'm a SW Santa. I'm not a real Santa." Hello, La Zablu and Jonas Pedersen. So, well, the good news yesterday, and I'll tell you about Crowder too. Well, the complete and utter dickhead mall Santa got fired. Christmas justice, that mall. Oh, by the way, thank you. Who sent me this? Oh, oh shoot, now I'm messed up. And I followed you too. It is Select a Boy. Select a Boy sent me this. Christmas justice, that mall fired woke Santa and got a Nerf gun for the kid he made cry. So this kid's going to be just buried in Nerf guns. Well, it's nice to see a story with a happy ending. Remember that kid who asked the mall Santa for a Nerf gun, but gun control Santa made him cry with his wokeness instead? The poor kid just wanted a Nerf gun for Christmas, and the liberal mall Santa decided to make him cry. It makes everyone was pissed off about that. Well, mall Santa got fired, and then excuse me. Sorry. By the way, I do have my cup of reparations coffee right there. Oh, that's an appropriate cup too. I'll have to show you. I'll have to talk about that in a minute. And then some guy dressed in a Santa suit came to his house and brought him a Nerf gun anyway.
Yesterday, huh?
Yeah.
Well, we're so sorry about that. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Come in.
So
This is big.
apparently some guy dressed up in a Santa suit and brought the kid a Nerf gun. But also, okay, so
From Alma's house.
Yeah, well, I heard about this up at the North Pole,
Yeah, me.
and I rushed down to the house.
good morning, Green Badger Outdoors.
But this is crazy. Listen for it.
All right, so he got the, oh goodness gracious, what the hell is that? Is that a Nerf gun? That looks like
It's a
a,
Nerf gun.
oh it is, it's the Ultra Nerf gun pack.
This is crazy, this thing.
All right, so it got a little early Christmas present from one Santa. Well, also, yesterday on Crowder, Crowder was dressed as Santa. They had their, I guess it was their Christmas show, and Crowder was dressed as Santa, and they called the kid, and apparently they were going to get the kid like just a ton of Nerf guns, and they talked to the parents first, and just as Stephen Crowder, and then Crowder got in his Christmas Santa suit and whatnot, and talked to the kid for about 10 minutes, and the kid was just overjoyed. And what was cool though, because Crowder offered to buy them, like he was going to buy him like $1,000 worth of Nerf guns. But what they said is, it's, you know, and the parents were pretty cool. By the way, the boy's father is a cop, which is kind of funny because Crowder's like, well, you know, can you rally up a no-knock warrant for that the bad Santa? But anyway, so instead, Crowder is going to take that money, and they're going to buy toys for a bunch of kids on behalf of those parents, and then the parents are going to distribute them. So it turned out to be a pretty cool deal for the kid. Not in a right, just people all over the country offering to get that kid a Nerf gun. So I got a feeling that he's going to be sharing a lot of extra toys this Christmas. And so, yeah, very cool. I mean, the parents aren't, you know, in any way, you know, financially unstable. They obviously they have a nice home there, and they've got, you know, the two kids, and but you know, just the outpouring of love just warmed my heart. You know what I'm saying? It was just a great story. Anyway, all right. So real quick, good morning, Green Badger Outdoors. Good morning to Ronan. Ronan, how you doing? That means Maddie somewhere around in the background, or I don't know who's who today. Good morning, nice to see you. And have I gotten everybody so far? Good morning, Ebony Williams. How you doing, my dear? So let's let's get into the theme of the show. And by the way, I thought it was funny that I just happened to be holding this cup because I believe my title, well, it actually, my son got me this cup for Father's Day a few years ago. And it actually, he meant father, not world's greatest farter. But if you're, by the way, it's my world's greatest farter cup. Anyone who's not watching or just listening in the background. But my title has been, was broken by a certain congressman who during an interview, when was that? Was that this year? I think it was this year. Basically blew ass while he was on the air, and it was very, very audible. Okay, let's just say that. Well, that particular congressman seems to have some issues, and let me pull this up because let's see. Like I said, I ran a little late today, so I don't have anything like super prepared. What is this? Oh, that looks like some breaking news. Oh, I need to reset the Streamlabs too real quick. Let's do that. Okay, let's fix that. Good. Oh, and our first donation of the day. Thank you. This is Kyle, and good morning. This is Kyle says, hello, chat people and P-Dawg. This show is brought to you by Nerf, the perfect weapon for shooting crummy mall Santas in the eye. Nerf products, proud sponsor of the Morning Night Live. Thank you. This is Kyle, and that was a very appropriate new sponsor. If you're not around here a lot or haven't been around, you know that sometimes we have new sponsors in our donation box, and if you can write a great sponsor ad, we usually try to rate the ad. So that was I'm gonna give that a 9.5 just for timeliness and relevance. Okay, that was fantastic. That was a great ad. Oh, got a 10. Oh, a 5. Couple 10s. I see a couple 10s. A 5. Man, Jonas Pedersen? Are you related to a Russian judge from the 72 Olympics? I don't know why I thought the 72 Olympics. The 72. Okay, so let me tell you about the 72 Olympics. I'm going on a tangent, obviously. In the 1972 Olympics, we have another donation. In the 72 Olympics, the United States men's basketball team got screwed by the. Anyway, I don't know why I brought that up. They got screwed though because they kept putting more time in the clock until the Russians won. Oh, and a 7.5. Okay. Also, a new donation, and this one's now Pad is the last name. I'm not familiar with that name. Maybe. Oh, you know what? I know exactly where that name comes from. That is a Thai name. It's from like Thailand. Maxwell Pad, middle initial E, Max E Pad with the 223 through Streamlabs, and Max E Pad.
You are the new Streamlabs Superstar Donor of the Day.
With the 223, who says, came here looking for Wilma Fingerdew. but I heard she's out back with Willie Fisterbottom. And you get rid of those and all that stuff. Okay, thank you, Max E. Pad, the master of the pun. Also, thank you, Stab and Joe Scarborough. The music's just playing for that one through Super Chat for $5. Thank you. Stab and Joe says, old Stabbin' Joe would love to send that kid a knife, courtesy of Knives of America. Yes, Knives of America, one of the prolific sponsors of the Morning Night Live. The kid's only 4 years old. He looks kind of tall for 4, but he's only 4 years old. And I don't know. I'll tell you what. Maybe you should ask if you send him a knife. Maybe you can write him a note and ask if the parents are cool with that. Because I had a Swiss Army knife when I was a little kid, because that was the cool thing to have when you're a little kid. Back in the days of black and white TV. Anyway, did I say that out loud? Okay. Everyone take a sip with me. All right, let's get into the show. Let's get into the show. Oh, were you rating that ad? I don't know if that was an ad or not. That was just Joe telling us that he wants to send a kid a knife. Okay. Anyway, all right. Now this is weird. There's a whole nother. Oh my gosh! See, this is not even what I wanted to go with. Here's the. Okay, hang on. All right, let me find this. This is. I'm gonna go take the Ace of Spades actual article here. As soon as I can fit on the screen. Willie Fisterbottom. Yeah, he might. Anyway, so Eric Fartwell. Eric. What's his name? What is his real name? What the hell is this? Eric. Swalwell. I'm so used to calling him Eric Fartwell. I can't call him. Okay. Hello, Donatello Slap-a-Fellow. Good morning, Mitch the Ripper. All right. Eric Fartwell, Swalwell, has a little problem. Well, apparently this problem's been known for a while, but anyway, this is an utterly expected non-turn of events. Notice the publication of this story was delayed until after it could no longer harm the Democrats in the election, when it could no longer underscore the threat from China.
China is asshole.
Whoops. I meant to hit the...
China is asshole.
Or its efforts to turn U.S. politicians, such as Joe Biden. So the problem is a suspected Chinese intelligence operative developed an extensive ties with local and national politicians, including a U.S. congressman.
China is asshole.
In what U.S. officials believe was a political intelligence operation run by China's main civilian spy agency between 2011 and 2015, Axios found in a year-long investigation. The woman at the center of the operation, a Chinese national named Fang, or Christine Fang, targeted up-and-coming local politicians in the Bay Area and across the country who had the potential to make it big on the national stage. Through campaign fundraising, extensive networking, personal charisma, and romantic or sexual relationships with at least 2 Midwestern mayors, Fang was able to gain proximity to political power, according to current and former U.S. intelligence officials and one former elected official. Among the most significant targets of Fang's effort was Representative Eric Swalwell of California. Now, I'm sure you all know who Eric Swalwell is. Fang took part in fundraising activity for Swalwell's 2014 election campaign, according to a Bay Area political operative and a current U.S. intelligence official. Swalwell's office was directly aware of these activities on its behalf, the political operative said. The same political operative who witnessed Fang fundraising on Swalwell's behalf found no evidence of illegal contributions. Wait a minute. Now, I'm confused. I am completely confused. I thought foreign nationals weren't allowed to donate to U.S. elections. Now, that seems like at least at worst at in-kind donation. Good morning, Robert Chalk. I don't know. Anyway, Federal Election Commission records don't indicate Fang herself made donations. Okay, maybe that's why, which are prohibited from foreign nationals. That's not how they do it. They recruit ethnic Chinese U.S. nationals to make straw donor donations, like they did with the Chinese nuns donating to the Clinton and Gore, using other people's money to do so. Fang helped place at least one intern in Swalwell's office, according to those same two people, and interacted with Swalwell at multiple events over the course of several years. Donald Trump Jr. did have something to say about this, who said, so Representative Swalwell, who spent years saying I was an agent of Russia, was literally sleeping with a Chinese spy at the time.
China is asshole.
Anyways, now we're not sure if John Jr. has inside information or he misread the article, which stated that Fang had sexual relationships with Midwestern mayors, almost certainly Democrats. I don't know if she managed to get Fartwell into bed. To be honest, I don't know if she is his type, if you know what I mean. Her trying to honeypot Swalwell would be barking up the wrong genitals. Maybe. But who knows? We've been surprised before. Other people are saying she was his girlfriend too. So here's it's nice to see at least one Democrat willing to be hard on China. Oh, give that man a hand, Jesse Kelly. So here's again the picture of Swalwell posing for a picture with his Chinese communist spy girlfriend. He needs to step down from the House Intelligence Committee until we find out what kind of black material the Chinese communists have on him. That's Andrew Schwartz, whoever that is. And then related, China expert Gordon Chang warns that Chinese Communist Party is going to push President Biden around. I know that they are in anticipation, licking their chops about what's going to happen. Let's watch this, because this is actually quite relevant.
So he's out there less than a month after our presidential election saying essentially, we admit it, we are in control. Our friends in the business community in the United States, Wall Street specifically, are on our side, up over and against the U.S. government itself, the current presidential administration.
I'll show you what you're talking about here.
Do you think that's bragging? To what extent is that true?
Well, that part of the video is true. What I was referring to was the politics and prose incident, which is very interesting. But in terms of the most important points that Dee makes, that's absolutely true, that China does have that relationship into what he calls the core circle of America's real power. And they used that during the Obama administration and prior administrations, and they couldn't do it during the Trump administration. That much we know. And I know that they are in anticipation licking their chops about what's going to happen from January 20 on.
It's just it's an amazing story. Were you surprised that he said this on camera in front of a live audience?
We'll show you what they're talking about in a minute here.
That actually took me by surprise.
I'm just looking at the chat. Oh, Snake Fang, Something Wong, same shit, different toilet. You had some real perverted shit went down at Fartwell's house. Yeah, probably. Fang to fang to fang fang. Oh my gosh. Oh, let's see. I did not have Szechuan relations with that woman. This fang fang. Oh my gosh. What was Fang Bang? Ugh, Fox. They're still. You know what? I play CNN clips. I play Fox clips. I play everybody. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's hilarious. Hello, John Arnott. Anyway, so
what he was making were those admissions, which really go to the core of the China-U.S. relationship. And I think that what President Trump can do, whether he has 40 days or 4 years, is to break some of those connections. He can do it with the international emergency.
All right, let me tell you. Let me show you what they're talking about. So this guy right here, and I will have this article in the links today. Oh no, Twitter fact checkers to the rescue of a Democrat. Look how Twitter frames the Eric Swalwell story. It sure is good to be a Democrat. So what the hell? Politics trending. Axwell's investigative report finds that Congressman Eric Swalwell cut off fundraising ties to a suspected Chinese intelligence operative once he was notified by U.S. intelligence officials. Well, you know what? That might be a little too late if there was a 2 or 3 year relationship there. So yeah, that's how Twitter protects Democrats' asses. That is not where I wanted to go. Excuse me. Anyway, we'll go for that. Thank you very much, Purple Pill Perspective in the chat. With 332 from Streamlabs and Purple Pill.
You are the new Streamlabs Superstar Donor of the Day.
Thank you so much. This show is sponsored. Ew. Okay, this show is sponsored by Fartwell House Coffee. Our specialized mug is designed specifically to produce specific frequencies when dragged. Cover that awkward morning coffee flatulence with ease. Fartwell House Coffee. Fart comfortably with Fartwell. Thank you very much. And,
China is asshole.
Thanks very much. All right. So when I'm okay, what the hell went here? Okay, we got Christmas Justice. I already did that. I need to go back to Ace. Sorry, like I said, I got home late today, so I didn't get to organize these out and pop out all my links. Update in let's see here. Sorry, I just have to go look through here. Oh, let's see here. They're going all in on Fartwell. Okay, we'll talk more about Fartwell. Well, let's stick with Fartwell. So here's the story from the Federalist version of this, and this is actually what the hell's going on here? Let me fix this. Let me make sure that's in the nope. No, over here, and we get a nice picture of Fartwell and his girl. FBI, communist China spy.
China is asshole.
Damn it. I gotta, okay, turn this so I can see it. But, now I can see it. There.
China is asshole.
All right. Communist China spy infiltrated California politicians, including Russian hoaxer Eric Swalwell. A Chinese spy cultivated deep connections with the U.S. Democratic politicians for years, including with Representative Eric Swalwell of California, to send political intelligence and personal information back to communist China, according to reporting by Axios. Axios reporters spoke to U.S. intelligence official and former acquaintance of the spy, Christine Fang, to outline how, under the direction of China's Ministry of State Security, one of the country's primary spying agencies, she collected private information on U.S. bureaucrats, especially those in the California Bay Area. Real quick, thank you, Rod Line. Off topic, and thank you for the $2 via Streamlabs. Have you looked into the former head of Israel's defense ministry claiming the U.S. and Israel have treaties with aliens? It's worth looking up. Have I looked into it? No. Have I heard the story? Yes. That might be a Friday show kind of thing. I'll see if I can find that. Anyway, according to U.S. intelligence officials and former politicians, between 2011 and 2015, Fang socialized, networked with Representative Judy Chu and then Representative Mike Honda, campaigned for now Representative Ro Khanna, volunteered for Bill Harrison, the mayor of Fremont, California at the time, fundraised for people such as Representative Tulsi Gabbard, and in some cases developed romantic or sexual relationships with politicians to gain intelligence and send it back to her handlers, who were believed to be stationed in mainland China. She also reportedly used her close ties to government officials and politicians to place sub-agents as employees or interns in some political congressional offices. Now, as you may also well know, notice it's all Democrats, several from California or Western Democrats. And another fascinating thing is, if you probably already knew that for 20 years, Senator Dianne Feinstein's driver was apparently some sort of Chinese spy. So I don't know. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. What's going on here? So anyway, this is not good. I'm just saying. I don't need to read any more of this. You got the gist of it. This article will be in the chat too, in the links today. That's not good. Now, some of the reaction. Kevin McCarthy, who is the minority leader in the House of Representatives. Swalwell should be removed from Congress. When did Pelosi and Schiff know about the China spy issue? How much long is this? I'm not going to go 5 minutes. On Tuesday's broadcast of Fox News Channel's Ingram Angle, House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy stated that Representative Eric Swalwell should be removed from the House Intelligence Committee and Congress, and wondered if House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and House Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Schiff knew about Swalwell being targeted by a suspected Chinese spy. I mean, seriously, because
China is asshole.
Yes, we know China's asshole. Because I'm sorry, his office has been infiltrated by a Chinese spy. McCarthy said that members of the Intelligence Committee are only selected for the Intel Committee by the leaders of their party, meaning Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi is one of the Gang of Eight, along with myself. Did Nancy Pelosi know this had transpired when she put him on the committee? We have our Senator Dianne Feinstein, for 2 decades, the personal assistant that hear all the private phone calls in the car and others, a Chinese spy. Why did the Democrats pull out of the bipartisan Chinese task force I had set up? Why did Speaker Pelosi pull out of that? Why have they denied certain bills that would hold China accountable that have passed the Senate, not let them come to the floor? Why do they focus on Silicon Valley members of Congress? Why is he still on the Intel Committee? Why is he still a member of Congress? Did Adam Schiff know, as chairman of the committee, that he had this problem? Those are all very legitimate questions, and I think he should be removed from the Intelligence Committee immediately, not because of the Chinese spies that he's cohorting with. Is that a word? Cohorting with? Something like that. But just because he's an idiot. Swalwell's a dumbass. I just gotta tell you. Anyway, and now, thank you, Rod Line through YouTube Super Chat, who says, this is the same spy who was with Senator Mike Hunt. I don't know. That very well could be. Never mind. I don't know if anyone's seen. I'm not going to say that because that doesn't even sound right with me saying that. Anyway, now here's Swalwell. Now here's how Swalwell is reacting to this report about him and the supposed Chinese spy. And this is classic Eric Swalwell.
China is asshole.
Yes, we know China's asshole. Shut up. Eric Swalwell suggests conspiracy theory behind bombshell report on his ties to alleged Chinese spy. Oh, isn't that just perfect? Representative Eric Swalwell suggested without evidence. Oh, God, I'm so tired. And it's funny that they're using it because I know when some of these outlets use that line without evidence, it's often just a dig at the mainstream media outlets that use it. Good morning, Five Feet Rights. He suggested without evidence on Tuesday that the bombshell story that was published this week about his ties to a suspected Chinese spy was payback by the Trump administration for him repeatedly attacking President Donald Trump over Russia. Good morning, Gun Fox. How you doing? I hope you had a good day at work yesterday. I know you had to leave a little early. The alleged spy, Chinese national Christine Fang, also known as Fang Fang, targeted up-and-coming local politicians in the Bay Area and across the country who had a potential to make it big on the national stage. Well, Swalwell, Fartwell, whatever you want to call him, he did run for president, which was a joke in itself. All right, so and this is just more on the Axios, but I want to hear what Swalwell responded to the report late Tuesday by suggesting that the Trump administration was responsible for leaking the story to Axios. However, Axios never said that the story was leaked to them. Rather, they said that their story was a result of a year-long investigation. Furthermore, one of the reporters on the byline of the Axios story, Bethany Allen Ibrahimonin, something like that, is considered to be a top reporter on China and has broken major stories on China's concentration camps.
China is asshole.
I've been a critic of the president. I've spoken out against him. I was on both committees that worked to impeach him. The timing feels like that should be looked at, Swalwell told Politico. Hold up. You know what? I'm sorry. I really don't think that Donald Trump gives a rat's ass about Eric Swalwell. Eric Swalwell, you are a gnat on the pimple of a bull's balls compared to Donald Trump. You ain't shit, so nobody cares about you. But it's funny that you, Mr. whatever, supposedly on the intelligence committee with no intelligence, Axio uses soy sources. Yes, that's very good. Good morning. Good morning to the gayest person on YouTube. Nice to see you. Eric Swalwell has a very inflated sense of self. And now he's been busted. I've never really understood why the Democrats have these ties with China. I mean, you remember back in the what was his name? Was it John? What was his name? John Wong. Back during the Clinton Gore days, they were doing all the Chinese were bundling donations for them, and they had the Chinese monks do. It was just weird, and the Democrats have always had this weird relationship with China, and I just, good Lord, they need to figure that shit out. Anyway, all right, let's get into, JJ Sefton has a good intro today, so we're going to kind of, and it's a good roundup of what's happening as far as what's going on with the election stuff. Okay. So I'm just going to go and read his stuff because it's easier than, well, it's good. Good morning, kids. Wednesday, and yet again, our guts are being taken for a ride as we go from promising news to disappointing and or bad news about the ultimate outcome of the theft of the election. Let's not beat around the bush here. That is exactly what happened via a combination of engineered plot to wreck all the safeguards, minimal to non-existent as they were, because of a phony health crisis, to mass ballot dumping in 4 major metropolitan areas across 6 states when it became clear that the initial plot wouldn't work. As a result, the nation is now on the brink of catastrophe, whatever the legal as well as the political aspects of attempting to secure redress via regular order there are. The situation we find ourselves in has gone way beyond anything in our history. Real quick, thank you, Black Hebrew Israelite.
That's right.
For the $2, who says, Eric Fartwell got a new boo from China. Are we sure she's not a sex robot powered by methane flatulence?
That's right.
Not a wiped man after his ass gave that interview.
That's right.
That's right. Thank you again, Black Hebrew Israelite. Nice to have you back. Good morning also to MCs in the house.
Stop. Hammer time.
And Anna Lynn, did I say good morning? I'm saying it now if I haven't already. I see you there. All right. Now, it's particularly infuriating to me that the easiest, or at least the clearest, most obvious recourse in all of this is the GOP-controlled state legislatures doing their duty by invoking Article 2 and awarding their electors to President Trump. Failing that, they can can, or at least should, refuse to certify their elections and throw it to the House of Representatives. But with a combination of fear of physical violence against them and their families, or worse, collusion with the Chinese-controlled Democrat enemy, they are trying to fob off their duty on someone else. They swore the same oath to the Constitution that anyone in uniform does, and it carries with it every bit of the same weight. I don't give a flying fuck. Okay, he says flying fig, but I said flying fuck about what BLM and Antifa might do to them or the Democratic shitholes that caused this situation. Your duty is clear. Your moral failing and cowardice even clearer. I cannot describe for you how hateful that is. Circling back to the initial gut punch, yesterday evening, the news broke that the Supreme Court has refused to hear the lawsuit challenging the election results in Pennsylvania. Particularly disturbing was that the decision was unanimous. Hello, Justice Alito. Ted Cruz reacted. This is Ted Cruz. I'm disappointed that the court decided not to hear the case challenging the election results in Pennsylvania. The anger and division we see across the nation needs resolution. Late last year, the Pennsylvania legislature passed a law that purported to allow universal mail-in voting notwithstanding the Pennsylvania Constitution's express prohibition. This appeal filed raised important and serious legal issues, and I believe the court had a responsibility to ensure our elections follow the law and the Constitution. Well, remember, there's that Texas lawsuit. We'll get to that in a second. My rebuke for the state legislature above is directed in equal measure for the Supreme Court. Some have suggested that perhaps this is maneuvering on Alito's part to clear the way for the suit brought by the state of Texas. And now with a number of other states joining in as co-plaintiffs, which encompasses not only Pennsylvania, but seeks to overturn the theft in Michigan, Georgia, and Wisconsin as well. Forgetting Roberts or even Gorsuch, it is unfathomable to me that individuals like Clarence Thomas, Samuel Alito, and Amy Coney Barrett would refuse to hear a case like this that is clear, unambiguous, and historic in its magnitude and implication. The fact that there has been a radio silence from the bench about why they refuse to hear it makes that even more frustrating. Yet, on the positive side, there is the lawsuit from Texas against Pennsylvania, Georgia, Michigan, and Wisconsin that the court must hear. And it's a doozy. Now, I think I'll have a link to the suit. In fact, let me put this out here. Let's see. They put a link to the actual suit. Anyway, there'll be an American Thinker article. The full American Thinker article will be in the links today. The Texas lawsuit argues that the 4 defendant states changed their mail-in voting rules without going through the constitutional legislative process. By doing so, they assured illegal mail-in votes, meaning all votes under the new rules were illegal from the get-go. These invalid votes override the will of those who legitimately cast votes, tainting the national election. After all, we are a federation of states. While the individual states control their own election rules, each state is affected by the election outcomes of the other states. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton's statement about the lawsuit perfectly sums up the correct legal standard, which, quote, trust in the integrity of our election process is a sacrosanct and binds our citizenry and the states in this union together. Georgia, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin destroyed that trust and compromised the security and integrity of the 2020 election. The states violated statutes enacted by their duly elected legislatures, thereby violating the Constitution. By ignoring both state and federal law, these states have not only tainted the integrity of their own citizens' vote, but of Texas and every other state that held lawful elections, said Attorney General Paxton. Their failure to abide by the rule of law cast a dark shadow of doubt over the outcome of the entire election. We now ask that the Supreme Court step in and correct this egregious error. Now, because the suit is between 2 states, the Supreme Court has original jurisdiction. It's also a factually pure case that does not require looking at the reams of evidence demonstrating fraud. No wonder it appears that 8 other states have joined in the case. Arkansas, Florida, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Kentucky, North Carolina, and South Carolina. The only thing that remains to be seen is whether the Supreme Court justices are willing to show the necessary courage courage. They need courage to ensure that the will of the people and not the will of the corruptocrats prevail in this election. Ding. Again, the physical evidence, the eyewitness testimony, the digital forensic evidence, the circumstantial evidence, and all the rest of it, when given a thorough review with an open mind, is incontestable. But as I have postulated about similar situations in the past, it seems as if the more clear and solid case, the more apt those who make the right decisions do the exact opposite. Hope to God I'm wrong here. John Roberts supposedly considers it his mission to preserve the integrity and allegedly impartiality of the Supreme Court. If he fails and then we lose the 2 seats in Georgia, also no doubt stolen 5 weeks ago, then he can kiss the integrity of the court goodbye along with any power or influence he wields on it. Kind of ironic that in order to keep himself relevant, he has to save the presidency of a man he personally hates. Yeah, so there's that too. All right, let's take a one moment here, and by the way, if you like what we do, hit the like button. Right? Okay, let me do a little run my commercial real quick because I have to get myself organized. And I'll be right back. Hey everybody, it's me, Marty. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I hope you're enjoying the show. The Morning Night Live is sponsored by you, the viewers of the Morning Night Live. Please, if you have a moment, take time to share this stream by hitting that little arrow down below or up here if you're on a mobile. And please hit the like button. I know you like it, you're still here and you're still watching. And finally, if you want to support the show, you can do that through your donations and super chats, which are in the description down below. You can do that at Streamlabs link or at PDawgKnight.live. That every little bit helps. And thank you for watching. Now back to the show. Alrighty then, I am back. A couple quick thank yous. Thank you, Becca Fairley, for tweeting out the show. I greatly appreciate it. Also, thank you, Scribe Light, RVA Dar, and Tyler F for retweeting the tweet of the tweet that I tweet. I appreciate that. Also, Gunfox, send me a message on Parler. So I know which one is you. I think it looks like yours is a private follower, and I was going to follow you back, but I couldn't do it. Anyway, by the way, I am on Twitter. Mine's Gavin Parler. I'm mostly active on Twitter, occasionally active on Parler. The other two I use for notification engines for people who've been kicked off of other platforms. You know, sometimes that happens. It happens. Whatever. All right, so let's get into a few bookmarks today because I have a few things bookmarked to show you. By the way, interesting development in the Michael Flynn case. You all know General Michael Flynn, the short-lived national security advisor for President Trump, who got railroaded into pleading guilty to some charges, and then after the nude attorney gave him better advice, he withdrew his plea, and the Justice Department, after finding new information, wanted to drop the case. And the judge, the Obama appointed Judge Emmett Sullivan, decided that he was going to try to keep the case going. And so after many, many months and months of just straight bullshit, President Trump finally had enough and said, fuck it. I'm going to pardon him. And so President Trump pardoned him. But the latest developments on this case are also fascinating. In fact, so the other day I'm looking at this stuff, and let's see, is this fitting on the screen here? Hang on a second, make sure it fits on the screen. So I'm looking at this, and on Twitter I noticed that after Michael Flynn was pardoned, Judge Sullivan still issued an order for amicus briefs. He was still going to hear amicus briefs against Michael Flynn. And I'm like, why? He's already been pardoned, right? And a lot of people were saying, oh, yeah, the pardon was just Trump trying to cover things up and it's corrupt and this and that. The Justice Department was dropping the case anyway. They proved the FBI agents who interviewed him said he didn't do anything wrong. And then they were just trying to railroad him to, screw up Trump, right? And so Judge Sullivan said, okay, I'm going to hear these amicus briefs anyway. Like, whatever for? Well, yesterday, out of the blue, judge dismisses Michael Flynn case after the Trump pardon. Sullivan had previously resisted dismissing the case, following a DOJ request. Judge Emmett Sullivan dismissed the criminal case against former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn on Tuesday, putting an end to a case that took a number of turns after Flynn's initial guilty plea 3 years ago. Trump pardoned Flynn in late November after Sullivan refused to automatically grant the Justice Department's motions to dismiss Flynn's case earlier this year. The history of the Constitution, its structure, and the Supreme Court's interpretation of the pardon power make it clear that President Trump's decision to pardon Mr. Flynn is a political decision and not a legal one, Sullivan said during Tuesday's order. Go to hell. Because the law recognizes the president's political power to pardon, the appropriate course is to dismiss this case as moot. Oh, he just wanted to have one last little FU to Michael Flynn. Flynn pleaded guilty on December 1st, 2017, giving false information to the FBI that included statements regarding his communications with the Russian ambassador. Those discussions cover topics including Russia's response. We all know the history behind this. Flynn's attorney, let's see. I'll just leave this there. You can read the rest of it if you're not too familiar with the case. But basically, he was railroaded. They threatened to prosecute his son, and they just played some shenanigans, and so he pleads guilty. And then Sidney Powell becomes his attorney because his first attorneys were kind of just assholes, and she finds all this information. They declassified a bunch of stuff that prove Flynn didn't. The agents didn't even think Flynn lied to them. Okay, this was Remember the January 5th meeting, 2017? You heard about that meeting at in the White House, and they said that they're gonna, with James Comey, and they're gonna go after Flynn, and they're gonna try to get him to. And Peter Strzok said they were gonna try to get him to lie so they can get him fired or whatever. Anyway, congratulations, General Flynn, who deserves one more instance of relief from that BS. All right, let's see. What else is in my bookmarks today? Isn't this special? So, California's, wow, how do I describe this? It's a dictatorship. Anyway, more in the area of do as we say, not as we do. Hang on a second here. Let me move this over. There we go. 5 California lawmakers dine outside at a restaurant despite the virus surge. This is Fox 11 Los Angeles. 5 California legislative assembly members dined together outdoors Monday despite a surge in coronavirus case levels that have triggered stay-at-home orders for much of the state's population. The lawmakers ate dinner outside at a Sacramento restaurant hours after the swearing-in session that had been moved from the state capitol to the Golden One Center to guarantee sufficient social distancing spacing for legislatures, the Sacramento Bee reported Tuesday. State rules are silent as to how many households can dine together outdoors at restaurants, but health officials have implored people to limit outside gatherings to no more than 3 households. Over the weekend, strict new shutdowns requiring people to stay home, save for essential trips, took effect in Southern California, much of the San Francisco Bay Area, and a chunk of the Central Valley. And we know Governor Gavin Newsom and San Francisco Mayor London Breed got caught eating at some place, the French Laundry, the French donut shop, the French pastry, whatever the hell that place is called. So anyway, these apparently, let's see. Oh, here's Monday's dinner at Sacramento's. See what they're doing? They their own areas are locked down, so they go eat someplace that isn't locked down. Monday's dinner at Sacramento's May do and included Adrian Nazarian, Democrat, West Toluca Lake, Chad Miles, Independent, Rancho Mirage, Tasha Burner Horvath, Democrat, Encinitas, Mark Levine, Democrat, Marin County, and Chris Ward, Democrat, San Diego, the newspaper reported. Now, when asked by a Sacramento Bee reporter about the multi-household meal, Nazarian responded by asking, "Can we not have dinner?" Border Horvath pulled her scarf up to cover her nose and left the table. Her chief of staff, Rob Charles, said in a phone call that the members had tested negative for COVID-19 and were following Sacramento County's COVID-19 requirements. But aren't they the same legislature that demand that you stay home? Oh, good Lord. Now, granted, where they were, I don't know if they were breaking any rules. Let's see. May said he thought we were following all the rules because we were sitting outside, and added that the rules have been hard to follow. Well, I bet your constituents think the same thing, right? Legislators, just like everybody else, I don't want to start beating up other people, but they think they're very unclear, he said. Legislators are considered essential workers and can travel. Of course they're essential. They're essential to go right in the wood chipper. I'm sorry, in Minecraft. Legislators are considered essential workers and can travel. Members were required to be tested for COVID-19 before participating in Monday's ceremony. Oh, so they worked very hard and they deserved some time out with friends and not family because they're not related. So anyway, China is what?
China is asshole.
Somebody asked in the chat. Oh, that was Check Your Logic. Hi, Check Your Logic. How you doing? Yeah. Oh, French Laundry, $850 a plate. Damn. The hell are they eating at the French Laundry? Anyway, all right, back to the bookmarks. Let's see what else I have here. I bookmarked a couple more things. Oh, and here's another kicker. Okay. More about California. I should probably, maybe if I could, let's see, let me do something here. Hang on a second, because I'm going to leave that one open because this is especially special. Okay. So you know how California is, well, you know the governor's name, right? Governor Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, who, you know, he wants things locked down and shit and whatnot. Well, here's one for you. Now, this person is a little salty. I'm surprised that they've left this up because, well, you'll see in a second. Governor Gavin Newsom's winery is open for business. It's open for outdoor dining right now, despite the rest of the state being locked down and thousands of California bar and restaurant owners losing their businesses and people losing their jobs at his behest. The hypocrisy is disgusting. And she puts the number of their place down. It's only, what is it? It's 7 in the morning in California right now, so I doubt if it's open right now. But I do know that it opens at 10 o'clock. The place is called Plumpjack, Plum, Plumpjack Winery. I just spelled it in the chat, and I looked it up. Oh my gosh! Oh, let's. So this is funny. Let's just take a look here. We're gonna look at the Yelp comments at the Plumpjack Winery. Apparently they were found on Yelp. Plumpjack Winery. Oh, some other people have been looking it up. Here we go. Plumpjack Wine. There's an Amazon book. Plumpjack Winery, Napa Valley. Where's the, here it is, Plumpjack Winery on Yelp. Now, here's what Yelp does for people when they get into a little bit of a sticky wicket of sorts like this. So they've got some pictures here, Plumpjack Winery. Now, it's interesting because the ratings are at 3.5 stars right now. But notice this little notice under the notice thing here. I'm going to make this fit the screen a little better. Hang on. And we'll make that a little smaller. Oops, again. And we'll get this fixed here. Here's what Yelp does you. It says right here, this business is being monitored by Yelp support team for content related to media reports. Now, the fact that it has 3.5 stars, though, that's pretty good, right? Because lately, they've been getting a lot of 1-star stuff. Oh, unusual activity alert under the, here's the unusual activity alert for Gavin Newsom's winery. This business recently received increased public attention, which often means people come to this page to post their views on the news. While we don't take a stand one way or another when it comes to this incident, we've temporarily disabled the posting of content to this page as we work to investigate the content you see here reflects actual consumer experiences rather than the recent events. Please note that we apply the same policy regardless of the business and regardless of the topic at issue. Read more on Yelp support. So got it there. So a lot of people are giving 1-star reviews. This was a good wine in the past. My parents told me to pass by and don't even bother when they had an absolute horrible service and the wine seems to be downgraded. So I did get to check it out and wished that I could get that time and money back. They were right. The service was downright horrible and the very lack of care of any new customers experiencing this location. The wine tasting was as good as drinking vinegar Pennzoil from your local gas station. I was very disappointed with the service and quality of the wine. Oh, poor Gavin Newsom. You're getting bad reviews on Yelp. Oh, here's one. What crap? It should be illegal to allow people to drink this filth. Oh, wait, it's the governor's. No wonder. Low people in high places. Oh, poor Governor Newsom. Oh, I've been coming here since 2019. Let me start with one positive. This place is always open. Their staff must work very hard because they were open straight through the entire pandemic. The wine, however, does not taste very well. It's kind of bitter and tastes like hypocrisy. Also, everything was pretty expensive. I talked to some people in line here and they said that it cost them their job. Anyway, so that's Gavin Newsom's Plumpjack Winery. I'll leave that in the I think I'll leave that in the links today too. All right, what else in the old bookmarks here? Let's see. Oh, wrong section there. Real quick. Oh, I've also talked a lot about. Did I have this open? No, I don't. Hang on a second here. This one. We'll have to open this one up. I've talked a lot about how George Soros has been funding the campaigns of these district attorneys and state's attorneys across the country and getting these total whacked out liberals into these offices who make decisions that probably are not going to reflect well on the citizenry after a while. You know what I'm saying? It's probably not going to be a good idea to go in these cities because they're just not going to deal with criminals too. What the hell is that on my screen? Good Lord, woman. Oh, that's Goldie Hawn's daughter. Anyway, sorry. There's just an ad flashing out here before I put it on the screen. Okay, let's skip that ad and just turn this out. So, oh, good Lord. Yeah, I'm going to skip that. So, anyway, so I was telling you, like, Lori in Chicago, that, what's her face that let Jussie Smollett out. She's one of those Soros-funded state's attorneys and things like that. Well, in California, the new state's attorney for district attorney for Los Angeles is one of these George Soros-funded district attorneys. And what the hell? Shit's coming on my screen left and right. And so here's the article. Newly elected Soros-funded Los Angeles DA announces sweeping reforms on first day in office, including an end to cash bail. Now that's interesting. I didn't know that the district attorney is the one who decides if you're going to have cash bail. You'd think it'd be the city council or the state legislature, but they just said, nope, we're going to stop this. The incoming Los Angeles district attorney, who was funded by George Soros, announced sweeping changes to his office's law enforcement strategy immediately after assuming office on Monday. New LA District Attorney District Attorney George Gascon being inaugurated and making major announcements today. Fox 11 Los Angeles reporter Bill Milligan tweeted Monday as George Gascon was set to be inaugurated as the 43rd district attorney. No more death penalty, an end to cash bail, getting rid of all sentencing enhancements, as in gang or 3 strikes, etc., disbanding of the Special Circumstances Committee. Now, interesting, the gang and 3 strikes enhancements, I didn't know they still did 3 strikes in California. That's how Kamala Harris used to keep people in jail. Gascon is creating a use of force review board to take a look at police shootings going back to 2012. Well, good thing he's focused on the criminals and not the police. Okay, whatever. And has decided to reopen 4 cases so far. No longer prosecuting juveniles as adults. Will be looking into resentence at least 20,000 people sentenced under Jackie Lacey. That is the former district attorney. Additionally, Gascon's office will no longer prosecute certain misdemeanors, including trespassing, prostitution, and resisting arrest, with some exemptions. So here's, here's the details of this. Okie Native is in the house. How are you doing, my friend? Let me do this. Oh, and it also has this will pop in about 3 seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, there it is. Thank you, Okie Native, with the through YouTube's donation through YouTube Super Chat, who says Kamala doesn't like these new Soros-funded DAs. She thinks they should have had to be on their knees and back. Working up old school like she did. Yes, as Jericho Green said, Kamala Harris got horizontal so her career could go vertical. Anyway, so thank you, Okie Native. Here's this guy's policy directive. The misdemeanor charges specified below shall be declined or dismissed before arraignment and without condition unless exceptions or factors. So he's just automatically going to dismiss trespassing charges, disturbing the peace charges, driving without a valid license charges. What? These charges do not constitute an exhaustive list. Each deputy district attorney is encouraged to exercise his or her discretion in identifying a charge falling within the spirit of this policy directive and proceed in accordance with its mandate. In addition, each deputy district attorney retains discretion to seek a deviation from this policy when a person poses an identifiable continuing threat to another individual or there exists another circumstances of similar gravity. In such a situation, the deputy district attorney must consult with their supervisor, place their justification for seeking a deviation in writing, and record their supervisor's determination in the case file. Such a deviation should be the exception, not the rule. In all circumstances, the person's ability to pay shall be considered. Wow. All charges shall be declined or dismissed before arraignment without conditions. Oh my gosh. So trespassing, disturbing the peace, driving without a valid license. So what? Loitering to commit prostitution, resisting arrest. So, okay. I certainly have questions. So let's say you get pulled over for speeding. Driving without a license is automatically going to be dismissed? So what's the point of even getting a license then? Let's see. Repeat driving offenses over the preceding 24 months involving substantially similar behavior to that charged. That's exceptions or factors for consideration. So if they get caught more than once, then or multiple times, then they will actually charge them. This is crazy. Like the guy in Dallas, the district attorney, the Soros-funded attorney in Dallas, who made a directive that they weren't going to charge anyone with a property crime of less value than $700. So if someone comes in and steals a couple of your TVs, or one TV, but it's less than $700, they won't prosecute, even if they catch him. What about driving without a car, though? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. It sounds like a good time to be a pimp. Yeah, that song, It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp. It just got easier in Los Angeles. Here it is. Other crimes that will be declined from prosecution. Criminal threats, drug possession, minor with alcohol, drinking in public, under the influence of a controlled substance, public intoxication, and loitering. Good Lord. Plus, you can shoplift up to $950 in California, and it's just a misdemeanor. What a great time to be a California criminal. I'll say that. That's in the replies to the tweet here. All right. Holy shitballs. That's okay. I don't know why I said that like I did, but yeah. So yippee. Here's the thing. All right, let me ask you all. Here's a good question. And maybe this is a good thing to chat about in the chat. Is my chair falling? I think I need a new chair. Here's a question for the chat, and maybe we can discuss this a little bit. When you go to vote, okay? For example, now in Minnesota, we vote for the Attorney General, so we kind of know who that's going to be. In your state or wherever you live, do you vote for the the state's attorneys or the district attorneys, judges, things like that? Because in my experience in Minnesota, for example, the last 3 or 4 election times I voted, there's always some judges on the ballot, and like usually there's only one candidate in each of the district slots anyway, and you're supposed to vote for all of them. So I'm like, I don't know. The only one that I saw, there was actually campaign signs for one judge. It's saying something about re-elect this judge. And that was the only one this year in Minnesota that had a challenger in that judge's district or whatever. So I voted for the challenger. I don't even know if the judge won or not. I don't even go back to look to see which judges won. Do you vote for people in those races if it's a judge or a district attorney or a state's attorney or whatever the ones you do? And if you do vote, do you even know who they are? Because I would think, for example, let's talk about Kim. What is her name? Kim. Not Kim Fields. That was Tootie in The Facts of Life. Whatever her name is. The in Chicago that let Jussie Smollett go. It's George Soros Open Society or whatever that organization is that does the funding, but it's George Soros's money. They spent $400,000 on her campaign. Now, I think that it's pretty rare to have a lot of money spent on these campaigns, but he's throwing money around like crazy in these judicial elections, right? Mrs. Field, the great cookies, yes. In Pennsylvania, we vote for all PA judges and DAs. Yeah, we don't. We vote for judges and we vote for the attorney general. Now, and the other part, and we even vote for Supreme Court judges in Minnesota. And I think you would think, why would you have a partisan judge election? I just don't get it. But so anyway, but you would think that someone coming in and suddenly spending $400,000 election, they would have signs everywhere, right? So you would know their names. In fact, I know because our attorney general is Keith Ellison. You know that name? You know Keith Ellison? Remember former Congressman Keith Ellison? Oh God, he's terrible. And but yeah, he's the one who's he's the one doing the charges in the George Floyd case. And I think he's overcharged the officers. I really do. I think he's going to lose that case because he's overcharged. Because there's no way that this is first-degree murder for that guy. Anyway, so but yeah, I just don't. So if a George Soros comes in and no one spends a lot of money on these races, I mean, they're spent more than a city council race, and my city council people don't even spend a lot of money on their races. So the only way you're going to know someone running for that office if they've spent a lot of money on advertising, and most people are just going to go in and vote for the name they know. So this guy, George Gascon, probably if George Soros came in and spent $1 million on his campaign to get his name out there, it's pretty easy to get elected if you spend that much kind of money, right? I don't know. Anyway, we have a sponsor, one of our recurring sponsors has a new ad out. Thank you, BBC Rentals.
That's right.
And here's the ad. I wish I had some sexy music for this. I don't have any handy though. Ring in the new year right with our essential service. Try our most popular member, Plumped Jack. No relation to Gavin Newsom. He'll help your special lady get through a hard day with a smile on her face. BBC Rentals. Unless you're racist.
That's right.
Stop racist!
Thank you, BBC Rentals, a recurring sponsor of the Morning Night Live. And I enjoyed using my kind of deep what's the guy that who's the guy that sings Can't Get Enough of Your Love, Barry White, my Barry White voice. Right on. I enjoy using that voice. Anyway, okay, let's see. Let's go back to my bookmarks here. This one. So I'm sure a bunch of you saw this thing with Nancy Pelosi, who kind of got in it with a reporter about the relief package that they were trying to put together for the coronavirus relief package, right? And she got a little snippy. She got a little snippy with the reporter and kind of revealed something that made her look to be, I would say, a bit of an asshole. Wait, what the hell is this? Oh, here we go. This is the one I wanted to show you. All right, we'll put this on the screen. Let's go full screen on this one. So here's Nancy Pelosi answering a question regarding the coronavirus relief package and why they couldn't, or why she didn't work harder to get a deal done. Now, there was also some news today that apparently Steve Mnuchin had offered. Oh, wait a minute. Well, that happened. By the way, I didn't even notice. I'm sorry, BBC Rentals, our recurring sponsor.
You are the new Streamlabs Superstar Donor of the Day.
Thank you very much. Okay, so Nancy Pelosi got a little snippet of the reporter. Here it is right here.
If you are on the precipice of getting a coronavirus feed and you can't, if you are on the precipice.
We'll be on before that.
Okay. But what shifted, in your opinion, when the Problem Solvers Caucus had a much larger bill a few months ago? You did not like that piece of legislation. What has shifted now when they're on board with this piece that's come out of the Senate?
Perhaps you missed what I said earlier. Joe Biden,
listen carefully,
committed to ending and crushing the virus and having a Build a Better America initiative.
Okay, now. Let's just stop right there. The question was, you had the opportunity a few weeks ago, before the election, to have a bigger bill pass. There were people on board. The White House was on board. The White House could have certainly twisted the Senate to be on board. Okay. In fact, I'm gonna let you listen to it again. Just listen to the question.
If you are on the precipice of getting a coronavirus feed, and you can't, if you are on the precipice.
We'll be on before that.
Okay. But what shifted, in your opinion, when the Problem Solvers Caucus had a much larger bill a few months ago?
So what shifted in your opinion because the Problem Solvers Caucus had a much larger bill ready to go? Listen to her answer. Listen to this. Oh, listen to this answer. It's going to make your blood boil.
Not like that piece of legislation. What has shifted now when they're on board with this piece?
What has shifted now that they're on board with this particular bill or whatever?
It's come out of the Senate.
Perhaps you missed what I said earlier. Joe Biden, committed to ending and crushing the virus and having a Build a Better America.
Which means nothing. Joe Biden is not the president of the United States, nor was he 6 weeks ago, nor was he a year ago, and nor is he yet, and may never be, for all we know. What in God's name does that have to do with anything? But listen to the rest of this.
Initiative, Build Back Better. A vaccine. Answer to our prayers.
Thank you, President Trump. Oh, sorry, did I say that out loud?
An answer to our prayers of 95% effectiveness in terms of Pfizer and Moderna, and there may be others coming forward. That is a total game changer.
The vaccine is a game changer? Is that what she's saying? Oh, wait, what else is she about to say?
A new president and a vaccine.
A new president? But we don't have a new president right now, Nancy Pelosi. What the hell are you talking about? Let her finish.
So there's nothing to, these are different. What was then before was not more of this.
What was then before the election was not more of this.
It has simplicity.
Oh.
It's what we've had in our bills. It's for a shorter period of time, but that's okay now because we have a new president. A president who recognizes that we need to depend on some.
We have a new president? Okay, help me out, linear time people. Some of you linear time people can help me out with this. Do we have a new president right now? Huh? Do we have a new president? So,
science to stop the virus, a president who understands that America.
Who believes in science to stop the virus. Well, you know what? I think the people making the vaccines are scientists. And he's not the president, so what the hell is she...
On science to stop the virus, a president who understands that America's working families need to have money in their pockets in a way that takes them into the future without any of the contraptions of any of the other bills that the administration was associating itself with.
The contraptions of any of the other bills? Do you know why the Senate wanted nothing to do with Nancy Pelosi's bill? Do you know why the White House wanted nothing to do with Nancy Pelosi's bill? Because it had all this other crap in it that didn't belong in the bill. Oh, by the way, this is totally off track. Did you know you could call women nappy-headed hoes again? Did you know that? I'll probably talk about that tomorrow on FTG Thursday. So, in other words, she played politics with the entire nation's lives. She held up a bill that people need. There are a lot of desperate people out there. I'm so fortunate that I'm not one of them. I mean, I've pretty much worked through the entire pandemic. And a lot of you have helped me out a lot with the show. Unbelievable.
Before. We feel very excited about the prospect that there's a bipartisan bill, because I told members I'm not bringing any more bills that are not bipartisan.
Oh, now she's used that word bipartisan again. Like, anything she does has any consideration for bipartisanship. Oh my God. Oh yeah, Dawg, you're right. Poor Don Imus. He missed out on that one.
To show what needs to be done.
Yeah, she's just struggling so hard to actually have a coherent answer. Well, Trey Gowdy had some choice words for her, and I know it's Fox News, but you know what? Trey Gowdy sometimes is right, and here's Trey Gowdy being right like he often is. Oh, wait a minute. I got a silly little commercial here. I don't want to hear that shit. And we will skip the ad. There we go. And put it back on.
And host of the Trey Gowdy podcast. So I remember a while ago, Trey, when you talked about the need for rationality. And also in your book, where you write, talking about persuasion, I think rationality comes to mind. So I was thinking about that today. Listen to Admiral Gerard.
Connection between what you're being asked to do and the desire for others.
Let's skip this part.
There has to be rationality.
Would want to comment on is, we've been saying on this program for a while, and others here at the channel as well, the need for some COVID relief for the people who really need it. It's been on hold, and Speaker Pelosi today sort of revealed her hand. Watch this.
Okay, so they're going to see this.
What was then before was not more of this. This has simplicity. It's what we've had in our bills.
Oh, yeah.
It's for a shorter period of time.
Simplicity that wasn't in the bill you brought out before.
Because we have a new president.
So it's okay now because there's a new president, Trey?
That's one of the dumbest and also most despicable things I have ever heard an alleged leader say, that because Joe Biden won, it's okay to do it. But if Donald Trump had won, I mean, when you're suffering, when you're like in economic self-defense mode, you don't care about politics. You just want to keep your business going, your family fed. You don't want to be evicted from your home. So the notion that somehow or another, because her team won in November, that she's going to do something, what's missing, Dana, is if Paul Ryan or John Boehner had said or done what she just said, there would be media outcry. And other than
right,
Fox,
because she held it up for politics.
What other entity has commented on what the Speaker of the House just said? Because Biden won, we'll do it. But while it was Trump, we weren't going to give him a victory. I mean, it really is so outrageous. It's hard to get me upset, but what she just said makes me madder than hell.
Good,
the
Trey.
other thing is
You
it takes
should
a
be mad
while
as
to get
hell.
these payments processed. So the fact that they might actually get something done before Christmas means that you're looking at another 4 weeks, which is super frustrating as well. Trey, I ran out of time.
All right. There
Talk
you
to you
go.
soon.
Anyway.
Thank you.
ma'am.
Unbelievable, though. Unbelievable. All right. Do I have anything else? I'm out of time. Well, let's see. Let me just check real quick. Yes. Oh, wait a minute. Representative Swalwell says Trump's criticism behind. Oh, yeah, that's right. We already talked about that. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time. I'm going to check just one more here. Nope, I'll skip that. All right. Anyway, hey, thank you so much for being here today. I hope I remained somewhat entertaining. I laughed in. Advocatus Diable, did Dana work in a mention of her dog Jasper during this interview? I don't know. We only saw a small part of it. I know she likes to do that. People front of Canada, I didn't see you walk in. Hello, how you doing? Gosh, folks, it's been one of those days. It's kind of a slow day on the Morning Night Live here, but I don't know if anyone else is streaming next to me, but that's okay. I'm glad that you're here, and thank you so much for being a part of the show. If you've been in the chat or doing donations today, thank you so much. If you're watching on a replay, please think of leaving a comment in the comment section. Also, I want to remind all of you, whether you're watching live or watching on replay, I am going to be adding today's story links in the description down below, like I'm beginning to do each day. It's a single link that gives you every one of those tabs. And I also put it on the PDawgKnight Discord server. If you haven't joined the Discord server, you might consider joining that. We put up Gunfox throws up a whole bunch of stories on that format, and we put the show and all the links to the stories that we feature in the show on that venue also. So anyway, thanks so much for being here. Hit the like button before you do anything else. Holy shit, a lot of you left already. Hit the like button. We're here Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, and we'll see you tomorrow for FTG Thursday. Look forward to it. I gotta go. My name's PDawgKnight, and I'm out of here. Bye-bye.
Hey, this is PDawgKnight, and thank you for watching today on the PDawgKnight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comments section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterward so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cashapp, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm PDawgKnight, and I'm out of here.